Hey, this video is to showcase some parts from TMR we just got in and we're using on Jason's TJ build. I really like TMR parts, high quality. This is a bracket we're going to show that we've used a bunch on axles. It's great because I'm lazy and I'm not good at math. This is part number 1104. What's cool is it's already set for a 22-degree angle and a 3.5 inch tube. So what you get are 4 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. And these will make up the lower control arm bracket for the axle, okay? All of our axles happen to be 3.5 inches in diameter, the tubes. A mixture of D60s and Sterling 10.5, and lucky for us, they're all the same size. So one thing that we use that's handy is a piece of 3-inch Schedule 40 steel pipe, because it happens to be 3.5 inches outside diameter. So you know, if you need to visualize setup, you know, having a short piece of this pipe is handy for making brackets and visualizing the angles. We have a long piece that we use to set up trusses, and that's pretty handy as well. Optional, but super important, TMR has these aluminum spacers that are the right size for your joints. As you know, when you weld these things together, there's some movement, some shrinkage. It's really easy to get to the point where you're installing your ends and realize that you can't because things have pulled in and it's now too tight, and you've got a problem. So before you fully weld this stuff or even tack it, I highly recommend these spacers from TMR. They have some different ones. We use this one for ORIs, for the struts, but this is the one for our links and the ends for the links. All right, so when you open the box and unpack this stuff, it looks a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, but it's not that complicated. What you have are 4 of these top and bottom plates, 4 teardrop weld washers, and the 2 sides for each control arm bracket. These are identical. These are identical 2 times. 4 of these identical. Obviously, these are identical. So these are optional. We might put these on later when we fully weld it with a bolt through it. So just to start, take 2 of the plates for top and bottom, 1 each of the sides, okay? When you look at these plates, you'll notice that there's a short side and a long side. Okay, so one of these sides is short, the other one is longer. Okay, this is how we get our angle. So simply take the short side and put it on the short side of this plate. Same thing with the long one, okay? So now you have the 2 sides on one plate. You mirror that with the other plate. Everything's notched, so it goes together nice and perfect, right? There's no issue, there's no fighting other than physics, gravity, right? But these will just go together, and once I get them together, okay, it's a little unstable. So now I'm going to take my spacer, put it in there. I recommend having a bolt that's the right size, that is easy to take apart, because once you get this hot, when you start tacking and welding, this bolt's going to be hard to get off. So don't use a nylock or any kind of a pinch nut or anything. So we're simply going to put our bolt through here with our spacer. All right. Okay. Snug it up. Finger tight's plenty. Okay. Now it's really stable. Okay. And like I said, if I need to visualize these angles, right? If you haven't done this before, that's where this this mock section of axle comes in really handy, right? Because then we can we can put this on here and see what it's going to look like. Okay, there's our angle. Okay, so when we build the other one, it's going to be angled the opposite way. Pretty simple. Okay, now it's ready to tack up. What this video is not is a welding video. So all you guys that have been welding for 213 years and know everything, don't bother to comment that I'm doing it wrong. I know I'm doing it wrong. Somebody might care about your comments. I, for one, do not give a fuck. So keep them to yourself. Another thing that I do that's helped me in the past, again, this is me. Like, I'm not a professional, right? But I don't like to have to, you see guys that tell you, you can drive your ends in with the punch or whatever. I just use a razor blade, okay? It's super thin, and it gives me just that razor width of space, right? So it's not gonna hurt anything. These things are exact, right? And not necessary. I just do it, again, because I'm lazy. I like to have that little bit of extra leeway when I put this thing together on the rig. All right, so now that I have my square on this side, everything's ready to go. I'm just gonna put a little tack on these to hold it together. It's nice and flat on the table. All right. Sits nicely on my axle. All right. It's a little warm.